Oh, hello there. Welcome back. Welcome back to a brand new week here on Crafters TV. And what a week we have got planned for you. There is absolutely loads coming up. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. I hope you joined us here yesterday. We had a fantastic day here yesterday. And we have got yet another Crafters TV launch for you in this masterclass, which is going to be amazing. And there is loads coming up this week. There's loads of other great deals on this show. There's an amazing craft vault in this show as well with a super-sized Collal glue. Go check that out on the website. But I am not here alone. I've got the lovely Leann with me. How are you, Leann? Did you have a nice weekend?
I had a glorious weekend, thank you, Joe. I've eaten too much. I've indulged in a little tipple or two. I baked a cake and I ate a massive piece. So my waistline isn't thanking me for this weekend, but it's been very relaxing, thank you. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear it. And we've got some great stuff coming up today on the show. First time we've seen some of these on Crafters TV.
These are absolutely gorgeous. I adore them. They are the first time we've seen them on Crafters TV. And I know when I've shown you how versatile and how gorgeous these designs are and how you can make something really impactful in no time at all, you're going to love them too. These are our brand new textured corner dies. So you can see here, we're going to show you how to use this one first, actually. This beautiful kind of mandala-y look. That's a floral something or the name it's got. Abstract floral, that's the word. And actually looking at these first few with that same die, you can see that we're using it as a stencil, we're cutting it out as a panel, we're actually layering colour behind it, we're cutting detail into it and using it as a creator card. It really is, stencil again, extremely versatile. But then you've got all of these other designs as well, Joe. You've got this fantastic Stonewall. I'm going to show you how to use that. We've got, which the one I think I would predict a riot on. If I was a gambling woman, it would be this fabulous rose one. You're probably going to want the whole lot, I have to say. We've got a really beautiful distressed Argyle pattern there, and you can see a couple of different ways of using that. Really impactful and beautiful. Here's our Stonewall again, using it where we've cut in and we've coloured with some alcohol markers. That's an actual panel, so you can see I can get my finger under it there. So we've cut that panel out, and here's our rose one again, which again is just truly beautiful. So they're beautiful, Joe, and it's the first time we've seen them here on Crafters TV, which is fantastic. So brilliant that we get to do a little masterclass with them, and I get to show you all of the different ways to use them.
Yeah, absolutely. When they launched over on HSN, they were incredibly busy at launch. Let me take you through the ones that you've got in here. So you've got, firstly, of course, this one here, which is the Argyle. Gives you almost that Harlequin feel. Now, they're all available individually. However, in the US, the Argyle is not available individually. It is on an upcoming auto ship. You can get it right now if you want to, as part of the bundle. There is a 2-for on these as well, so you can get 2 for £15 or $20 if you want to. By far and away, the most busiest one individually is this one here, the rose, which gives you this lovely rose detail in there. $7.99 each, or 2 for £15 or $25. In the main collection, though, you're also going to get this one here, which is the dry stone wall, which is that one as well. So you can see that just there, absolutely beautiful. And we've also got this one here. Now this one is the abstract floral, as you can see there. So you can see really lovely, almost a bit like a mandala, that one. However, if you go for all of them, that is how you get the absolute best value. Details on your screen there at the moment, £27 or $35 if you want to grab those. Right, I need to share with you something else that was incredibly busy when we launched it just last week, actually. Now, I want to go through, some of you will not have seen, this was a world exclusive launch because some of these have not been seen anywhere else. So I'll just take you through the three brand new ones first. And if you want to get them individually and get these new ones, maybe you've got the originals from HSN, absolutely you can grab them individually. You've got this one here, which is gorgeous. This is the Magical Wishes. You've also got this one here with the butterflies, and this one is Hello Beautiful, and then this one as well. This was the only sample I could find, unfortunately. This one is May Your Day Sparkle. So they're the three brand new ones that you're going to get. They're really fantastic concept stamps and dies, and what they allow you to do is this kind of thing. You're going to get these chaps as well in the main collection. So you can cut it off of either side if you want to. You can cut it popping out of the edge. Not only have you got the dies and stamps to allow you to create the concept, you've also also then got the stamps that you'll need as well in order to help you build a full project, which is fantastic. So you've got the mouse just there. You also got the paw prints with these couple of cute little doggies on that one. You also then have the birthday balloons, which is this gorgeous little bear. You've got this one here, which is the two birds. This is Birds and Bloom in that lovely little watering can. And then you've got Feline Friends as well, with those two pussycats just there. 8 stamp and die collections for £63 at $85, over 35% off. It was exceptionally busy when we launched them and continues to be exceptionally busy. And remember, the first chance, if you're in the US, no current plans to bring those 3 brand new ones to HSN. They're not on an auto ship either, so if you want to grab them, then probably today, I would say, is the day. Right, we're going to move on to our tri-blend markers. Now, these are so incredibly busy whenever... Oh, I'm stuck together. There we go. Oh, they've stuck those ones together. How novel. These are always incredibly busy whenever we bring these to you. They are our amazing tri-blend markers. Now, just show you the colours that you're getting in here. So you're going to get the Essential collection, but we're also then going to give you the expansion pack as well. So you're then also going to get the deep blends too. What that's giving you is 48 pens in total, which is giving you just short of 150 colours, which is, or 150 colours. And I say that because our markers, these tri-blends, what they are is 3 shades in one pen, which is great. So you go from your lightest shade, this end, all the way through your medium shade, through to your darkest shade. And the great thing is they blend seamlessly from one shade to the next. Leanne will be taking us through that. $129.58 if you want to get those today in the UK. Silver members will save about £13 more. Platinum members in the UK will save about another £26, which is great. $194.12 if you want to get them in the US. Platinum members are saving an extra almost $40 on that. Everyone will get free postage and packaging. Everyone will get free shipping and handling as well. And this is the complete collection. Over half of our stock went over the weekend, so definitely grab them whilst we've got these in stock, because when they sell out in this configuration, waiting for the smaller packs to come back into stock is going to take quite a while, I have been assured. So there's your tri-blends. One more I want to share with you is the the Collao glue bundle that we had on over the weekend, which is fantastic. So you've got 3D glue gel in here, which is your chunky glue, gives you that great dimension. You've got the tools in there as well, so you're going to get the syringe and the key that allows you to squeeze it. You're going to get a full-size Collao all-purpose and a full-size tacky in there as well for £10.50 or $18. We don't always have all the glues in stock, so it's quite nice to be able to stock up on them whilst they are all there and in stock, which is great. Loads of you saying hello this morning. I can see the lovely Debbie Fisher is watching. I hope you had a beautiful birthday yesterday, Debbie. Carol saying hi. I can see Rochelle in Florida here. You guys are up early doors this morning in the US. Karen from Ohio. Ohio, Karen. And Carol says she's so ready for a masterclass. She needs some inspiration. Well, inspiration aplenty is what we'll be bringing you this morning. Any questions that you've got about anything on the show, make sure you get them into us. So I am monitoring the conversation over on Facebook, on Crafters TV. If you want to send us in questions via email, of course you can do that. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them. Right, I'm going to hand it back to you, Leanne. I know you are so excited to get demoing these this morning.
I love these, Joe, because, you know, I love things that are simple, easy, impactful, but actually can change with me however I choose to use them, whatever I'm feeling like. Do you know what I mean? So depending whether I want to do inking, whether I want to do laying, whether I want to do glitter card, whether I want to do something simple, whether I want to do something really involved, then I can with these dies. They're absolutely fantastic. So we're going to have a look at how we're going to use this fabulous abstract floral first, and we're going to look at how we can do all of these different techniques, and I've got one more technique for you too. So first things first, what do you get in the packet? And we're going to come back to that in a second. I'm just going to move this out of the way so you can see my plates. I'm going to show you that in a minute because it's so fantastic. You're all going to want to make one. So when you open your packet, you get your create a card die. So you get your piece that cuts in, plus you get an outside border. So that would cut it out. So you get your cut in, create a card, and you get your border, which allows you to cut out a decorative panel. And we're just going to start using this exactly as it comes from the packet without doing too much to it to start, so you can just see how incredibly easy it is to use. So I've got my...
Sorry, Leanne,
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
I was meant to tell you, 20% of the stock's gone on
How
these
many?
already. This is a brand new launch stock today here on Crafts TV. A fifth of the stock has gone just in the pre-sales line. It's very, very busy. A lot of you already jumped to the web as well to get these in your basket. They are brand new today on Crafters TV.
Just fabulous, really they are. They're absolutely gorgeous, and I love the fact that you're loving them yourselves already, because when you see what I show you in this masterclass, you're going to be blown away. So first things first, let's just have a look at how we would cut this die in. So I've got it without the outside frame right now, and I've got the detail there just on a piece of white cardstock, and you can see I'm cutting down. So I've got the rest of my plates all there. I've got them in my junior plates, and I'm just popping it through my Gemini. So these all work in your junior for you, no problem. And they'll work on concept cards and as the cutout panels on your junior for you. If you want to do larger concept cards, then of course you can use your Gemini plates with them as well, because junior is the smallest. Oh, that one snuck on there, I didn't need it. Right, so now I've got that panel has cut out, so you can see there's my die. I'm just going to move that to one side. When I remove this, look, immediate fabulous detail.
Wow.
I'm just going to get a piece of darker cardstock so you can really see it, and the bits are all left behind. It has cut exceptionally well. How beautiful is that? So that's your cut in detail that you can use to create a card and position in many different places. If you want to have that as a decorative panel, you can, when you first cut this out, layer up the panel, this outside edge at the same time, or you can do what I'm about to do, and you can line it up afterwards and tape it in place and run it through again. Now, if you're putting them both through at once, which, to be honest, if I'm crafting at home, that's exactly what I would do, then you would use your tape and you will keep it still when you put both dies through at the same time, so that they don't move and damage each other. So what I'm doing now is just showing you how you've got the two different effects by running it through twice. Nothing to stop you running these both through at once at home if that's what you want to do. And you can see, because I've already got the detail cut out and then I'm putting my outside panel on, I have chosen to use quite a bit of repositionable tape, because I don't want that to move and ruin that panel. So I just put all that back together, it's all lined up, and I run it through my machine again.
Wonderful. That's your Gemini Junior behind there, isn't it? Sometimes I wonder if there's just some sort of magic machine behind your samples over there. But yes.
It's my Gemini, actually. I've got my Gemini, and I'm using my junior plate widthways through the Gemini, just in case I decide to do a larger concept card, and then I've already got the bigger machine there. But you can use it through your junior, absolutely no problem, because you can see I'm using the plates. Right, now I would just move my repositionable tape. There we go. Let's just peel these up. And I made sure that I didn't stick them on the decorative panel itself. I only stuck it on the die, so that when I pull that away, now I have got that beautiful cut out decorative panel. So you can see how I've used that die in two different ways. First was cut out, and then as a beautiful panel. Now, because of the shape of this die, I'm just going to get these pieces out of here. Because of the shape of this die, there is another way you can use it. And I thought, well, do you know what, I'll cut it out and show you, but then I thought, you know, I've got so much I want to show you, I'm going to cut it ready and then just explain it to you.
A lot of metal, well, they're fairly big dies for the money, I think, Leanne, which is great, but the amount you can do with them for that investment, £27 or $35, when you think about it, it's not really a huge cost, is it, for what you're going to be able to create with them?
Not a huge cost at all, not for all of those, no. It's really, really fabulous. And they're a good size as well. They make a statement on a smaller card, but on larger concept cards as well, which I'll show you as well. So what I've got here is just another piece of cardstock. So remember, we've cut this little panel out once. So we cut the detail in, then we cut it out, and that's a lovely panel to use. But I've just got a little piece of a larger cardstock here, and I want to show you what is possible for you to do. So I can just angle this in a different direction. So remember, the first time I did it like this, because I was just showing you how it cuts out. But on this rectangular piece of card, I can layer my cut in detail die here, run it through and cut it. And then what I can do is on the reverse of that cardstock, run it through it, cut it. And what happens then is this.
Ooh.
So you can make a bigger lacy panel with that one die. So with the die cuts there, let me show you how I've done it. So first things first, here we go. So first time through, it's been cut down like that. So detail cutting down. Run through your machine, remove it, you've got all of your pattern. Then what you do is turn your die 45 degrees, so it was cutting that way first, flip it, it's not even 45 degrees, you flipped it, honestly.
What you like?
My maths were never fantastic at school. Me flipping and me rotating and me degrees, they just were not me. I've flipped it and then cut it the other way, cutting up, which then has allowed me to create this beautiful, larger mandala effect panel. Isn't that really impressive,
It's
Joe?
really beautiful.
It's beautiful. And so I'm going to show you several different ways of using these pieces now. And I'm going to be using, these are crying out for your Harmony Water Reactive inks.
Oh, well, do you know
so that's
what?
what I'm going to be using.
It's quite handy because we've got a fantastic bundle. There's a 17-piece essential collection which is over on the website. Go check it out on the website right now. I'll run you through it in a little while. Also, you never guess what's back, Leanne.
What's back?
Oh yeah, the finger daubers are back in stock. You can get 40 pieces of these right here. £19.50, $26. I know you've been waiting for these to come back for a really long time. They are super, super handy if you want to have one for each of your ink pads. So definitely grab those so you can see they are available just there. And they come beautifully packaged as well. So there's 40 of them in there, which is fantastic. Make sure you get them. Why do we need those, Leanne?
Well,
it's good to have the big ones, isn't it? But why are the little ones fantastic?
So the little ones are perfect for your pigment inks. That's what they were designed for. And I've got a demonstration for you with these fabulous distressed corner panels that we've got with our pigment inks and those daubers. And when you see it, those daubers are going to fly out. So I would say grab the daubers, and then when I do my demonstration
grab your daubers.
Grab your daubers, and then when I do my demonstration for you, you won't be disappointed because they won't have gone, because you will want them.
30% already gone this morning, Leanne. I know we've waited ages to get them back in stock, so grab them now whilst we have them.
So I'm just using some of my Harmony Water Reactive here, and I'm using it over that lovely cut out lacy panel that I did earlier. And I'm just applying 3 of my favourite colours because you know how much I love them. Pink Fuchsia, Lemon Tonic and Parakeet. I adore them. They're just so happy and rainbow and vibrant, and they're just really lovely colours. They are 3 of my very favourites, I have to say, in this collection, Joe. So you can see it's very easy to decorate this lacy cut out panel. I'm just using my blending tools. I'm using my Harmony Water Reactive. I'm overlaying, and it's changing from pink to peach to yellow, the colours where I've overlaid them. And then if I finally go on with my lovely Parakeet colour here, I'll get a little bit of green in there, I'll get a little bit of purple where I overlay the pink, I'll get my turquoise. And so I've got, from those 3 ink pads, about 6 to 7 different variations of colour all coming through there in this beautiful rainbow effect. You can see I've got the greens and everything. So that's beautiful, and that's an overlay panel. That's now ready to be used on a card. So I'm going to pop that to one side, and I'll explain that to you in a second.
It's a beautiful colourway you've chosen there.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's just very happy and vibrant and summery, actually. It's just very, very summery. Now I've got here a piece of card cut to the perfect size for the size of card base I'm going to put it on, and I've also got the same size piece cut with that 2-layer flipping technique that I explained to you with the lacy, with that die. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just use a little bit of our stick and spray on the back, which is our repositionable adhesive, and I'm going to do a tiny little burst of that because I'm actually going to use this.
Oh, you know what you need, don't you?
stencil.
You need the spray booth.
The what?
The spray booth. It's down there.
What, is there a spray booth?
It's down there
Where is
that
it?
way somewhere.
Is that what that is?
That's the spray booth.
Oh my-
It's definitely not a cardboard box chopped in half.
I just thought it was a random old cardboard box,
No,
Joe.
it's a spray booth.
Look at this.
Yeah. So
I
you
mean-
can lay it in there, face it forward, and we can see what you're doing.
The
I know. The technology in that.
The technology in this place never ceases to amaze me. Let me make sure it's on the right side. Yes. So I'm just, oh, look at that.
Amazing.
That's fantastic.
Game changer, isn't it?
Oh, honestly. Somebody needs to make one of those. But
well, I think we need to get purple collapsible ones.
We definitely do. But of course, you could just cut a cardboard box up as well, couldn't you?
Well, it's definitely not a cardboard box.
No. Definitely not. Right, so what I've now done with just a little bit of repositionable adhesive is I'm going to lay this over the other piece of cardstock that I've cut out, and I'm just going to make sure that I get that nicely lined up. There we go. So that's nice and still now, so I can use this as a stencil. So I'm going to use the same 3 colours that I've just used for that little panel, but now I'm going to stencil through this, and I'm just taking it gently and making sure that I'm popping my colour through at the same time. Now this is where your daubers can also come in handy, and I'm going to grab my daubers and show you that in a second as well, show you why. Because when you're blending with your blending tool through here, actually the top piece gets beautiful colour on it, but when you want to get the colour all the way through that stencil, that's when your daubers come in handy with your Harmony Water reactives as well. And I'll show you why in a little second when we get this all coloured up. So you see
the blending tool kit is on your screen, and in there you've got the square blending tool, the refills and the craft mat right there, £15 or $20 if you want to grab that. I'll take you through exactly what's in that after Leann's demonstration. Very, very busy now on the panel dies as well. 30% of those dies have already sold out and gone, just getting busier and busier and busier. I think soon a lot of you are seeing the versatility with them, that you're just not going to use them as they were intended. Remember, you get 4 dies in that collection, so you get the aged Argyle. It's the only way to get it in the US is within the collection. The climbing rose, the abstract floral, and the dry Stonewall. £27 or $35 to get all of them, which is really, really good value for money. Also, in the US, these should be $59.80. In the US, they're $35 today. So it's a really, really good saving there for you of what, almost $25. So definitely, I think today is the day to get stocked up. If you are on the auto ship, then the aged Argyle will be coming on a future auto ship, just to let you know.
Okay, so I've just, as we were chatting there, you see me just ink that up. So I've just done a combination of all the different colours that I've got, my 3 colours there, exactly as I did when I did this panel earlier. So now what I'm going to do is just peel this up a little bit with my repositionable adhesive, because I want to show you the effect underneath. Then we're going to put it back down. So you can see here, the effect underneath isn't too bad. It's quite subtle and pastel. If I want that to be much more vibrant, what I can do is use my daubers. So if I just place those down and get my daubers out, these daubers can work.
Grabbing your daubers,
I'm grabbing my daubers
out.
and getting my daubers out. They can work just as well with your Harmony Water reactives to get through the detail of a stencil, if that's what you'd like to do. But it will intensify the colours. So it just depends whether you want to keep it intense or whether you want to have it in a much more pastel format. It's entirely up to you, Joe, really it is.
Sam McDonald said she ordered them all last night, talking about the dyes. The big glue is already out of stock on the website, I think, already. So I think you might have cleared us out already on that one. Sandra is saying she's just tried to order it. Definitely, if you want some of the stuff that's in the craft pot, you'll have to be super quick for it today. Question that was asked a few times yesterday. I didn't know the answer, so I didn't ask it, Leann, but I'm going to ask you because I know you're the authority on these things. Sandra's saying, can you put the Illustrator replacement brush nib into a classic pen?
I have never tried. They're not designed to, if that helps you. And I've never tried it. I would say probably not. I think the hole's going to be a different size because the nibs on the Classique for the chisel and the bullet will be a different size to the brush, thinking it through in the Illustrator. So I'm going to say no. Okie
doke, there you go.
Right, so what I've got now, then I've coloured this one. You see I've got my cutout detail and I've stenciled through, and this is what we call in the industry, Joe, a twofer.
A twofer?
A twofer, because I've made this beautiful coloured panel for a card, but because I've stenciled through it, here is another panel for a card. And it just really does make it come together. Now, what you can do, and what I like to do if you want to, is add a little vignette around this now. You can leave
vignette?
A vignette.
That sounds like a fancy French pastry.
It does, or some kind of dressing for your salad.
Yes.
So you can leave it like that, leave it lovely and clean if you like the clean look. Or if you want to add a vignette, that's just a little bit of colour softly blended around the outside to take off the stark white, and we use our blending tool for that. So you can see I've just got a little bit of the lemon here, bringing the lemon on, and it's just took the stark white away, and now it looks more like like it was designed that way, like it wasn't the bit that's been left behind, if that makes sense. And then we could just bring a little bit of the pink in, which gives us a little bit of a glow in there, and I'm happy with that. We can leave it like that. So now what I've got, if I just bring my card bases and get my inks out of the way, I think this brilliantly shows you how one of these dies, and remember we've only worked so far with this abstract floral, how this can now create you, and I've got 2 more done here, how this can create you 3 very different card concepts, but with one die. How fantastic is that? And this is your twofer, so we can glue this in place. I've just got card base with mirror card and pink pearlescent. That would get glued on there, and that is exactly the same as this one that you've just seen me do. Then we've got this one, put that the same way around, and you can see, which is exactly the same as you've just seen me do, but I daubed a little bit more rather than leaving it pastel. So that's the stenciled through one. There's another card. And then this one here is that beautiful cut-out panel that you've just seen me do and colour up.
I think that's my favourite one, you know.
This one.
Yeah, I think the cut-out panel was really, really beautiful.
I agree with you. I do love it. I'm just going to stick this one in place with some of our dotty tape pen, which if you're buying these, you definitely need your dotty tape pen to get these stuck in place. So you can get your little panel stuck there. There's that one. There's that one. We'll glue them down later. We don't have to glue them now because you can get the idea. There's that one. So you see how different they all are, but how incredibly beautiful from that one die. And every single one of those dies will work in that way, Joe. And then what you can do is just finish it off with a lovely sentiment. And I've die cut the word love here, and I've run it through my Xyron.
Well, there might be a Xyron on the craft vault as well. Definitely pop yourself across there and have a look. Some real juicy, good stuff on the craft vault today. I don't know how I managed to get some of this stuff on the show, you know.
I don't know how you do either. I think you get special favours, Joe. That's what it is.
I really do. Special dispensation sometimes. I think that's what it is. And you've just cut that from some mirror board, did you?
Just from some mirror card. It's sticking to my fingers now. It's sticking in all the wrong places.
Leanne, sorry? This is just what you're going to do with one of the sets. So you imagine you can use all 4 of the sets in the 3 different ways, I'm guessing, as well.
Absolutely.
Or are there even other ways of using the other ones?
Oh, there's loads of different ways. I'm going to show you them during this masterclass. There are so many different ways you can use them. It's incredible, really. And this is just what this demonstration here does for you. I'm just going to use a little bit of my dotty tape there. See, if I put my lovely sentiment on there, it just lifts the design that you've got. So then you've got a lovely card to send out. And you can put that anywhere with any of your sentiments. This just shows you, the reason I wanted to do this to start with was I wanted you to see exactly what the dies do. So they cut in, they stencil, they cut out, and they tessellate to make a bigger design, which is fabulous, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah, it really is.
We're really going to get into it.
Oh, getting into the juicy demonstrations, which you love. Loads of you loving these. Julie says, order these at the weekend. Can't wait for them to arrive. Carol loves the fact that they cut in and out, which is great. Ray loves your blouse as well, which is so funny. Good morning, Joe and Leanne, a.k.a. I am ready. Love, y'all. That's from Sonia in Louisiana. So, yes, loads of you tuned in. Loads of you loving those. But just recap exactly what you get in that collection. So you're going to get in there the abstract floral, which is this one just here. You're also going to get as well, remember, the dry stone wall. You're going to get the aged Argyle. Now remember, you can't get this one individually in the US. So the only way to get that one is part of the bundle. And you've also got in there the climbing rose. Now the climbing rose is your absolute favourite at the moment. The whole collection though, I'm a bit concerned because 40% of a big launch stock has already gone. It's the first time you've had a chance to see this right here on Crafters TV. So definitely grab your hands on it whilst we have it. Right, I want to take you through the water reactives that are available on the show today. So this is our water reactive collection. I'll just run you through the colours that you've got in here. So you've got Bordeaux, you've also got the Anthracite, you've got Spar Blue, Twilight Grey, you then have Misty Morning, Smoke Plume, and then down the bottom here you have got your Smoked Emerald. Is that one just there? Oh, I've got myself confused. Smoked, Misty Morning, Smoke Plume, Smoked Emerald, Green Topaz. Oh, there they all are. Green Topaz, you've got Frosty Jade, Pine Tree, Seal Brown, Friar Brown, Sandstorm, Jet Black, Smoke Pearl, Pumice and Lagoon. £67 or $94 to get all of those for you. Silver members, platinum members, well, platinum members you'll be saving another, what, almost $20 in the US, which is fantastic. A 20% saving on them, which is brilliant. Don't forget about those finger daubers as well. Very, very busy on those. 30% of the stock has gone here. £19.50 or $26 if you want to get those. And we've been waiting for them for a really, really long time. Great with your pigment inks, great with all your other ink pads too. Details on your screen are for those ink pads, £67.94. I know Leanne has got so many demonstrations she wants to show you with this brand new die collection. What I would say to you though is, don't miss out on it. Already 40% of the stock has gone. If it's sat in your basket, if you think you want them, get it checked out, sit back, relax, and then enjoy this masterclass. Don't forget, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, super simple for you to do that. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. You'll see this video. If I do this for a minute and then by the time you get there it might show you again. And then just scroll down and you'll see the shop now button, which is fantastic. Of the brand new die collection, the Creative Cloud Textured Corner die collection, 96% of you are going for the whole bundle opposed to the individuals. The individuals are available, but the best way to get the best value is to get the big bundle, and it's the only way to get the Argyle, don't forget as well. Right, are you ready, Leanne?
I'm ready. Now, we're going to have a look at the Stonewall now and make a little card with this, which I absolutely love. And we are going to use our pigment ink and our daubers for this. Now, to cut this Stonewall out, I want a little overlay that we're going to heat emboss. And I just want to show you, I'm using both dies together this time. And I wanted to show you how I'm going to keep these dies still to cut it through once, because remember with that abstract floral that we used just a little bit earlier, I cut it once to cut the detail in, and then I cut it a second time to cut this outside panel around it. Now if you want to save yourself the time and effort for that, you can put them both on at the same time so that you can run it through once, but you just need to make sure that you get them lovely lined up. And that wasn't quite in the right place for me there, and I'm just doing it by eye, but just getting it where I want it. And then I want to put on here my repositionable tape just to stop those two dies moving. If they move, the potential for them to cross over and cut into each other is quite high. And so we don't want that to happen. So just make sure if you're doing them both at once, you're going to use lots of your tape. So we'll build up the sandwich for the junior and just pop it through. And then I'll have a lovely die cut panel at the end of it. And I'm using my Gemini machine, but I'm running my junior plates through because that just gives me speed. I can do that, it's quicker, why not? And it means that if I've then got my Gemini plates as well, I can do bigger projects too. So it just depends what you want to do at home as to which you would prefer, but it shows you nicely that these dies will work in the junior and in the Gemini, depending on what you've got at home and what your particular pleasure is with concept cards. So you see, I just make sure that I remove my double-sided tape carefully. That can then go in the bin, it's sticking on my fingers. Take my outside die off, remove it from the detail cut, and I've now got this beautiful Stonewall effect die. So I'm just removing the little pieces that I've got left in there. Get out. Just encourage them a little bit there, and then let's get rid of this off my plate. There we go. Now we're going to colour this up, and I'm going to use a scrap, I'm going to use a scrap piece of cardstock underneath so you can see what's happening. And then I'm going to need another scrap piece of cardstock because we're going to use some heat embossing powder as well. So now I've got my daubers, and I've got my 3 colours of brown pigment ink pad here. I've got a dark, a light and a medium colour. And so I'm just going to take those lids off, and then I'll use my daubers to apply that colour. So let's start with should we start with the light one first? Yeah, let's start with the light one.
Stephen's got a great question, Leanne.
Yeah.
It says, could you cut these out of, he says construction plastic, then use it as a stencil.
Absolutely.
Would you be all right to do that?
Yeah, I might have a piece of construction plastic down here actually, which I'll look for and I'll show you. You will need your metal plate. You will need that, but as long as you've got your metal plate to get through the construction acetate, because it's thick stuff, then yes, of course you can. It's a really good suggestion.
Fantastic. Any suggestions you've got, anything you want to know, then absolutely just drop the questions into comments. I'm watching the comments over on the Crafters TV Facebook page if you want to comment along there. Barbie's got a request about the over-the-edge dogs with the tri-blend markers she'd like to see demonstrated. Oh. Well, do you know what? I reckon I can ask. I'll put a good word in and see if she's in a good mood today. I think Leanne's in a good mood today.
I'm always in a good mood. Well, sometimes. It has to be really bad for me not to be in a good mood, yeah. And it's Monday. It's the start of a brand new week, and we've got a brand new product. Some people don't like Mondays. I don't mind Mondays.
I love a Monday.
Yeah, I don't mind a Monday. I'm okay with Mondays. I'm not like the Boomtown Rats.
No. Tuesdays I struggle with. Tuesdays is that one day where it's like the excitement of Monday has just sort of worn off a little bit. It's quite a long way to the weekend. But now I only work a half day on a Tuesday. So Tuesday is one of the best days of the week. So I mean, they're all great days now. My worst day is depend on how I'm feeling, either a Wednesday or a Thursday. A Thursday? That's really strange because it's so close to the weekend.
It is, exactly. It's so close but yet so far. Do you know what I mean? So close but yet so far.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's...
What's your least favourite? No, let's keep it positive. What's your favourite day of the week? I like Sundays a lot, you know.
Do you?
Yeah. Sundays are great. I feel like Sunday's a really good reset day.
Yeah.
So if you had a great week, you can sort of, wallow in the fact that you had a great week. If you had a bit of a naff week, it's all right because it's kind of, everything resets again on a Sunday, doesn't it? You start a new week all fresh and new again on a Monday, which I love.
Well, that's a fair point, Joe. I have to say, I've never really thought about it. I mean, I think sometimes Sundays can be a bit of a day because you've got to get everything ready for coming back to work, and you can't really do much with your day because you've got to get to bed early and get everything ready for work.
See, the game changer is for me doing chores midweek and not leaving them till Sunday. So I try and do everything after work in the week now, so I don't do anything Saturday or Sunday, and it's transformed my Sundays.
I can see how that would. Call me
Mrs. Hinch, why don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. A hinch in your home. Do you do now? What I need to know is, do you do the karate chop in the middle of your cushions?
No.
No, me neither.
Is that what she does?
Yeah.
Do you know I wouldn't know who Mrs. Hinch was if she walked up to me and slapped me with a wet fish. I couldn't tell. I've just a name that I've heard bandied around.
Well, I used to follow her on the social media, and I had to switch her off because she does 470 million stories a day, and I just can't be bothered with it. So,
have you seen Marie Kondo? Have you seen that one?
Yes, I do like Marie Kondo.
I like Marie Kondo.
So I just daubed over my stencil that I cut out here with 3 colours of my pigment ink, and now I'm just filling it over with some what's that word? Clear embossing powder. That's the word. And I haven't used my Harry Potter, nothing to do with that studio at all. It's just me, meaning it's magic powder, because I didn't want it to be glittery because it's a wall. So I just want the shine on there rather than the glitter. So I'm just using a plain one. And then let's get some tweezers just to keep this still. We'll heat emboss it. So brilliant that you can use your pigment ink pads with these, and your daubers and your heat embossing powder if you want to, and get a lovely glossy look and feel onto your overlays if that's what you would like to do.
And I think they are, the great thing about these, yes, they all follow a theme, don't they, Leanne? But they're all very, very different.
Yeah.
You know, the rose, of course, really great floral, wonderful for paper piecing. You've got some mandala elements. You've got that wonderful wool. You've got something completely different with the almost checkered Argyle in there as well. And I just can't get over that price of £27 to get 4 of these, or $35. These should be in the US $59.80, and they are incredibly busy right now over on the website. Loads of you still commenting a lot. So Ray says she just wishes Sundays lasted a little bit longer. Fair enough. Just needs a few more hours in there. Cindy Sue's saying, Leanne, can we have a stamp collection with the die cutouts of all the CC presenters' sayings, i.e. Leanne's I'm ready, Joe's hashtag shut the front door, etc, etc, etc. I think that's a great idea. What do you think,
know,
Leanne?
that's not the first time we've been asked for that. And I think it's a fantastic idea. And I have actually started looking at it.
Have you?
Yes, but I'm not sure how many we'd sell.
Oh.
I'm not sure how many, because when
well,
I'm
just
saying
one
that,
get one for Cindy Sue. Barbie says she'd like one, so that's 2. I mean, I
That's 2.
quite like one for the archive. That's 3.
That's 3.
So get maybe half a dozen.
Well, you see, but when you make your stamps, you've got to do more than half a dozen.
2 dozen then.
And more than that too.
Okay.
You've got to make a lot.
All right.
And so, do you know what I'm doing again, guys? You're obviously wondering what's going on. I'm thinking, why is that not heat embossing? Because I hadn't picked up my pigment ink pads, Joe.
What did you put on?
I'd put quick dry on.
Oh, that
which
really
meant
doesn't
the
work.
powder wasn't sticking. So that is actually a really good example of why you can't heat emboss with quick dry, because it dries quick and then the powder doesn't stick.
I mean,
so
it is Monday,
sorry.
Leanne, so we will let you off.
Thank you.
You know, if you'd have done that on a Friday, I mean, well, I'd have just left the studio, I think.
Would you? Would you just have just gone off in distaste and distress?
I think so, but
Yeah.
as it's Monday, I think it's all right. I think you can get away with it.
That's okay, that's good. And actually, you'll see I'm able to apply the ink much more quickly with the pigment because it's nice and wet. It's not like the quick dry. So actually, it's a much quicker process. I should have realised before that I'd picked up the wrong ink pads. How foolish of me.
What
Never
you
mind.
like?
What am I like? I'm like Debbie today. What am I like?
We are back together again. Like, daubers are along the bottom of the squeen, FYI. It's double Leanne Day today, isn't it?
Tis double Leanne today. I'm looking forward to it.
Some of your all-time favourite collections as well. We've got the incredible vintage lace collection later. We've also got as well the fancy fonts on the show, and we've got those word stamps as well. I know Leanne's so excited about all 3 of them, as am I. Loads of you actually buying the vintage lace collections already. I know we've said it a few times, but the bundles keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller on that collection because it's nearly the end, isn't it, for that collection, Leanne?
It really is, yes. We're on the last legs, I think. So if you've been sitting on the fence, now's the time, because they really will not be around for very much longer. So now this is actually heat embossing and going beautifully glossy. Thank goodness, which I'll pick up and show you. And it was much quicker than all of the effort I put in before. Why I didn't realise they were the quick dry ink pads, I've no idea. Because they're the wrong colour. But there we go. It just shows that we can all make a boo-boo every now and again.
Yeah, just let us know you're not a crafty robot. Some people think we pop your batteries out and just store you out of the back, Leanne, and then we just pop them back in and wheel you back in, but it's not the case. Leanne she's human. Robin from Maryland says, you guys are way too modest and humble. Those stamps would sell out. And Nicole says, much more realistic, just do them as a digital download. Great idea.
Hey, that's a marvellous idea. I mean, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can. Oh yes, I can have that actioned for tonight's
Maybe
show.
it could be. Maybe we could do a Colour Me Happy download where you colour in our sayings.
Yes.
That would be fun,
that
wouldn't
would
it?
be fun. Oh, I can absolutely do that.
There you
No
go.
problem at all. Now, I want to see if you can see how beautifully glossy is it shining. Look at that. And we've managed to colour that because I've used the pigment ink pads this time with my daubers. You can see I've managed to ombre those 3 brown colours, and I've got that glossy effect on that overlay now with the heat embossing. Looks absolutely beautiful. So actually enamel these die cuts when you use them, and it's going to look absolutely glorious. Now, just to put a quick card together to show you how I've used this. What I've got here is just a lovely cream linen square half fold. I've used my cut in little Stonewall there, and I've popped it through there. So that's looking fab. I've then got here a little die cut tree stamp from one of our older ranges. I've got a little bush there, and I've got some clouds here which I'm going to put on. But before we do that, I'm going to put my little panel on there. Now, two different ways. So you see with this one, I've cut it from a piece of brown card, and then I've used the Xyron that we've got on the show there, Joe. Run it through, and I could just put this plain brown panel over there to pick out the wall detail. However, I've just made this beautiful glossy one. So let's pop this through the Xyron.
Oh, I love that it goes through the Xyron as well.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Let me just get that in the right place.
Might have one of those coming up for you in the craft vault in not too long actually. It might do it. I think we're going to do it about halfway through today, so you won't have long to wait for that one. Very, very busy now on this die collection. Great that you're getting all four here for that incredible price. I'll just recap what you're getting included. So you're going to get this one, which is the abstract floral, as you can see just here.
Oh, mine needs refilling. Sorry.
Also got a drying stone wall. You're all out of sticky.
I'm all out of sticky, Joe.
We've also got the climbing rose just there. And finally, you've got the aged Argyle. Now, remember, you can only get the aged Argyle in the collection. Over 40% of the stock of these has sold out and gone. So you need to be quick for them. And this is the first time you've seen these on Crafters TV. It will be your first chance to get hold of them from us here at Crafters TV. Okay, so you've gone to Dotty, have you? If in doubt, get your Dotty out.
If in doubt, get your Dotty out, which is what I've done. So you can do either the plain one through the Xyron, or you can do this beautiful glossy one with your Dotty pen, which I've just done. I'm going to do the glossy one for now. So you can see I'm just lining it up. So I'm following where the cut out piece is. Now I've got my Dotty, I can just lay that on there. Beautifully, very textured. This looks like a lovely, like it's been raining. You know, that lovely stone wall. It really looks lovely.
Like it's been raining?
Yeah, it looks wet.
Oh, yeah.
It's got that lovely gloss on it. Do you know what I mean? It really does look lovely. And so then I've just got my little die cut tree. This could be anything from any collection that you've got on there. It could just be a sentiment. Make a really good masculine card if you wanted to as well. And so I'm popping my tree on there with my 3D glue gel. I'm going to pop my little piece of grass down there. I'm going to pop a couple of little clouds on, which have just been inked with a light grey Harmony Water Reactive, just to add a little bit of interest there. And there we go. We can put a really lovely little arrangement together using that dry stone wall. But I just want to show you this actually before we go any further. That's a very simplistic way of using it, and you can see through then. Actually, if you wanted to add a little bit more interest in the colour by putting a little bit of coloured card behind, see how that makes that really pop.
Really, so you
could do that too, stick that inside. But look at this. Absolutely, look at that. Absolutely glorious. So the panel has been cut out here, and it's been inked through the white edges with some of our Harmony Water Reactive behind, and then layered up on top as well. That looks like stone in the background. And then these little plant pots, all these succulents, are some of our foam flower foliages just rolled up and stuck inside little pretendy plant pots. Isn't that a lovely little arrangement really for home? It'd be nice in the kitchen, that. So you see, it can be about home decor as well. It doesn't just have to be about cards, and they're really, really usable.
Fantastic. Loads of you ordering at the moment. Lots of you with this sat in your basket. I'll give you a chance to check out. Now, if you want to watch a shop at the same time, it's really easy to do that with us here at Crafters TV. Here's all the details. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. all the details there, of course, of how you can watch and shop at the same time. It's very, very simple and easy to do that. Right, need to remind you of something that is really, really super busy right now over on the website, and it is our tri-blend markers. Oh, before I do that, let me just remind you of the Gemini Creator Card Textured Corner Die Collection. £27 or $35 if you want to get these. Remember, you can only get the Argyle there in that collection if you're in the US. The over-the-edge characters, so incredibly busy whenever we've brought these to you since we launched them very recently here on Crafters TV. £63 or $85 not only gets you 8 stamp and die collections, it also gets you 16 sheets of that white cardstock, which is perfect to colour as well, because let's face it, with those characters you're definitely going to want to get your tri-blend markers involved, your classics or your illustrators. We've got a fabulous deal available for you on the tri-blends today. So you get all of your deep blends and you get your essentials as well. So just show you firstly with the essentials what you've got. So it gives you all of those different colours. Now, what you'll see is each one of these triangles is in fact 3 different shades. So with the orange blend, for instance, you've got the lightest, the medium, and the darkest shade within there. So the great thing is about that it's almost then, the deep blends are your expansion pack, if you will. So you can see with the oranges, it then goes up into burnt orange blends as well, which is a darker shade. So you've got new colours in the deep blends, as well as having the expansions as well. Now, if you've not seen our tri-blends before, they're revolutionary, let's face it, because what you've got is in each one of these pens, you've got 3 markers, 3 colours. You've got your light shade, your mid shade, and your dark shade, which means it allows you to blend seamlessly from one colour into the next, which is great. $129.58 or $194.12. Everyone will get free postage and packaging and free shipping and handling on these, which is fantastic. And you can, of course, use that club inspired discount as well. Platinum members in the US, you'll save almost an extra $40 on these, which is fantastic. Right, I need to remind you also of the adhesive collection. Now, half the stock of the adhesive collection has sold out and gone. I'm going to open this up actually and show you what you get in here, because you're not only getting the 3D glue gel, you're also getting all of the tools included in here as well. So you're going to get the syringe in here, which is what you pop this all out to, and you get the key as well. So you get both of those in with your chunky glue, and you've got as well the tacky, and you've got the all-purpose in there as well. So you get absolutely all of that, which is fantastic. £10.50 or $18. That means as well, once you've got the extra bits for your chunky glue, your 3D glue gel, you only need to buy the refill next time, which is fantastic. Very, very busy on that one. Right, Leanne, she's poised. She's like a coiled spring, ready for another demonstration. So I'm going to hand you back over.
I would like to show you how to do some easy paper piecing with these dies. And the first thing I want to show you is what a paper pieced example looks like, because they really are superb. They're gorgeous. Here's a paper pieced example on our on acetate. You can see that there, where it's been paper pieced with a little bit of glitter card. And here's one where a little rose panel has been cut in white and then pieced with green and red. So I thought I'd show you how to do that, an easy way of doing that, and then you'll be able to experiment with all of the different colours. And every single one of the designs in this collection will work with this technique. So I've got ready just a lovely double-sided cream pearlescent card, and I've matted it with a piece of our matte rose mirror card. I've got that there. And then I've got my piece of matching cream pearlescent cardstock here. I'm going to grab my rose die. Here it is. And I'm going to cut this out where I would like that to be. So I'm going to, let's say I'm going to have that there. And then I'm going to use a little bit of repositionable tape just to keep it still so it doesn't move around. And pop that on there. And on here. Okay, so that's nice and still. And then I'm going to run that through my Gemini in my junior plates. Now, for all there really isn't any embossed detail on these, I am going to emboss it. And I'll explain to you why. Because what I want to happen is, I'm going to remove the tape first. So you'll see I've got that there. Now that's already cut. I'm going to carefully remove this tape, but not have the die move in the surrounding cardstock. I want that to remain nice and still. So just carefully removing my double-sided tape. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is just flip this over onto, put my plates back together as if I was die cutting, turn it over, which allows me to lift up this design, keep that straight on my plate. Oh, it's nicely cut. Let me just lift it. Oh, right. Now, so not quite as I wanted it to go, but let me explain to you what's happened. What I'm trying to do is pick this up and keep all of the pieces inside the die so I can see where they go, because it's the pieces that are coming out that I'm going to want to use as well. I had some glue on my plate here, so they've stuck. So what you would do is just keep those separate if you were going to use them. However, because I'm paper piecing in a different colour, I can move those to one side for now and just use this panel, because I'll use this panel as the overlay rather than the cut out pieces for now. And that's going to go on there. So that looks beautiful as it is. And you can see that that would be a lovely card in its own right. I'm now going to cut this again from a piece of glitter card. So I'm just going to clean this die out and then get a pokey tool. Because I need to get all of the pieces out quickly, because I don't want to miss any of those pieces when I come to cut my piece of glitter card. Right, so I've got all of them out. There we go. Right, now I'm going to get a piece of glitter card, Joe. What colour should we do? Let's do a nice rust colour. This will do nicely. Why not? Could be any colour you like. This is just so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to cut myself a panel of the glitter. And because I'm cutting through glitter film card, I am going to use my metal plate. So I'm going to pop that in. And then I'm going to pop my glitter, and I'm going to pop my rose die again. And I don't need to keep this still now because it's the waste I'm going to use rather than the panel that I've already got cut out. So let's cut that. And then I've got this. This is really important.
Very, very busy on these dies. £27 or $35 if you want to get them. Lots of you loving these demonstrations. Oh, we're very international today. You know, Sarah is saying hello from Melbourne, Australia. How glorious. I've got friends there. I'd love to go. I'd love to be able to jet off back there for a couple of weeks at the moment, Leanne, you know. Can't see it happening for a while, can you?
No, I can't see it happening for a while, Joe. I can't, not at all. I think it'll be a goodly amount of time before you're able to do that.
A goodly amount of time.
A goodly amount of time.
It's a good job we've got all this technology though, isn't it? So we can stay in touch with each other. We can, broadcast on all these different platforms. I mean, it was quite a good time. If it was going to happen, I mean, we had to stay at home. It was quite a good time for it to happen. But imagine if it had been 30 years ago with no online shopping. I mean, what would we have done?
Or would have been up the creek without a paddle. Well, I would have been up the creek without a paddle. I mean, I've done so much shopping online.
I'm not letting myself buy. I've bought so much stuff recently that I'm not buying anything this month. Do you know how long that lasted? About 3 days. Yeah. That's
so funny. Right.
In fact, I nearly bought a house when I wasn't buying anything this month. I'm not buying it now, but.
Now, what I've got is my die removal tool and my little sponge mat that comes with it. And what I'm going to do is just carefully encourage these little pieces out onto my die. Now, I'm not going mad with this. As you can see, I'm just carefully rolling the brush through. And then when I pick this up to remove it, what it does is keep the majority of the pieces where they should be. A couple of them will move, and that's when you start to piece those in immediately. So keep that where it's at, and I'll come back to that in a second. Then on the reverse of this die cut panel that I cut here, I've got a piece of white cardstock that I've run through the Xyron. Okay, and that's the Xyron that is on your craft vault, Joe. And then what I do with this is I just line it up and measure there. So that's coming up to the top, so I'll cut that there. Probably should have cut it before I took the backing off, but never mind. My scissors are non-stick, so it doesn't matter. Put that there, because I'm going to use that bit too.
Oh, we're so international. Good morning from Bermuda, says Marie. The sea pigs are not in Bermuda, they're in the Bahamas. I've talked a lot about these sea pigs in Bermuda Turns out they're not. They're in Bahamas. Let's not get on the animal chat because we know how that ends when Leanne is in the building. So
yeah, that never ends well.
No,
so now what I've done is I've stuck that piece of card down onto the reverse of the panel that I cut. So now this is the sticky bit of the Xyron that's shining through that rose there. And this is how you then start to put your panel together. So what I do is I pick this up, and then if a little piece comes out and I wasn't able to manage to leave that where it was, I keep it beside me. Let's put it there so you can see it. Keep it beside me, and then I just match where that has come from on the panel. So I'm looking for this one. Now, where did that come from? Oh, it came from here, didn't it? It came from here. There we go, there it is. So I can see that's that little leaf there. Then I piece that in. So the next thing I do is look for the next piece that I want to pop in there. And guys, I will not fib because it's something I cannot do. This isn't a quick thing to do.
It is glorious though, isn't it?
But the finished result is truly amazing. So you can see you would just take your time with that little sticky bit that's through there, and then here from my little pad where they all were, I can see where they're going. I just pick them up and I pop them in.
It's like a little crafty jigsaw, isn't it?
It is like a little crafty jigsaw. And if you're careful how you push them out of here and not to knock them as you're picking them up, you can see actually it comes together quite quickly, to be honest. You're just being careful with how you pick them up. And then I can see this piece goes here. And because it's sticky underneath from the Xyron, then you just push all of these pieces in. I'm not going to finish this because, obviously we want to see other things. But I wanted to show you how people get that finished result. And I can see there's a little bit left of my die here. And I can see where it goes. So I poke that out of the die, take that straight over to where it goes, and piece it in place. And that's how you start to build up that amazing result when it comes to your paper piecing, either with your glitter pieces in there. And you see, actually, with this one, this has been done very cleverly because we haven't done the leaves, we've only done the roses. We've left the leaves as see-through on the acetate. So you don't have to do every piece. And this one's been cut in green and then red, and it's been pieced so that it follows the colour of a rose. So that's what you do. Make sure your Xyron's on the back, and then just pop all your little pieces in.
Could you do a mirror and matte mirror of the piecing? That
Yes.
would look lovely, wouldn't it?
Yes,
Piece
you
back
could.
in shiny mirror, in the same,
Beautiful.
maybe even in the same card. A colourway would be great. Let me just recap what you're getting included in here as well. So you're getting the roses here. So you're getting those beautiful climbing roses. Almost half the stock of the large collection has gone. £27 or $35. For that one. They're all available individually as well. Individually, they're $7.99 or $14.95. The Argyle's not available individually in the US because it is on a upcoming auto shipment. You've got the dry Stonewall in here. You also then have as well this one here, which is your abstract. You never guess what I just did. I just started reading it. In German. Abstraktes Blumenmuster is what you've got, which is abstract floral. And this one here, which is your aged Argyle, which is your Greifels Argyle, if you're in German. If you want the Argyle in the US, you will have to get it as part of the main collection. Now, should we dive into the craft vault? I think we should, because there are some great deals in the craft vault today. Oh yes, I mean I'm tray organised today with it in the craft vault. Look, because I've got loads of organisation on here for you as well. So I thought I'd just store it all in my tool organiser, which is great. Right, first up, we're going to share with you. It's this, the Pebeo drawing gum, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a real crafty essential. Do you know what? I'm going to ask Leanne for a soundbite on this one because this is not. It's not in my repertoire. This one, Leanne.
So the Pebeo drawing gum is fantastic. If you've been buying your sparkle inks from us on Colour Me Happy, your aquatint inks, if you've got your aqua markers, if you've got anything where we're using watercolour, your Harmony water reactive ink pads, anything where you're doing lovely coloured washes, drawing gum is fantastic because what you do is you stamp your image, You paint over the bit that you want to remain white with your drawing gum, let it dry. It will dry to, it feels like a drawing eraser. It'll have a rubbery finish. You then whack your inks, your sparkles, your aqua tints, your aqua blend, your harmony water reactive, whatever it is you want to do, just round your card, make a beautiful background, dry it. Once that's dry, you rub away the drawing gum. It just comes away, like peels off. You know when you used to paint your hands with glue at school and then peel it off? Did you do that? I used to do that all the time. Paint my hand with PVA glue and peel it off at school. It just rubs away like that, and it leaves the area where your drawing gum was completely white for you to spot colour. It's fantastic, Joe, it really is.
Oh, wonderful. And great that we've got it in stock right now. You can grab it. £3.99 if you're in the UK, £5.59 if you are in the US. Right, let's move on. What is next? Oh, it's in here somewhere. It is the Xyron. Now, this is fabulous. Your 3.5-inch Xyron. It is a sticker maker. And what you've got, of course, is the ability to take any of your die-cut pieces, of course, that are 3.5 inches or narrower, run them through here, and it turns them into self-adhesive die-cut elements. All you need to do is run it through. It's rub and stick technology. So pop it through, give it a little rub, take the backing off, and you're done. It's good to go. $10.39 if you want to get this. Got 20% saving on it, or $15.19. It is a fantastic price. I can see some of you multi-ordering on that one, which is brilliant. Right, up next we've got the, do you like this tool caddy that I've got here? This is coming up in a moment. I've got my stamping mat in here. Yes, it is finally back in stock. We've been waiting for this for ages. It is, as we affectionately call it, some cushion for the pushing, because what you've got is this textured mat that allows you to get that resistance when you are stamping. I'll just change those details for you. It's £4.79 or $6.39 if you want to get it there. And it's also great. It's great to use your stamping platforms, whether it's the 4x4, the 6x6 or the 8x8. And if you're used to stamping, or maybe you've stamped at the moment, been stamping for a while, and you're just not getting that clear, crisp finish that you want and you desire, this could definitely be worth using. You can also use it with your rocker blocks and all of your other blocks as well. It's £4.79 today, or $6.39. A lot of you stocking up on that because it's been out of stock for quite a long time. Right, what is next? The craft knife. Let me just find that. Oh, it's in here somewhere. Here it is. An absolute crafty essential, let's face it. So you're going to get that craft knife. The great thing about ours is, you remember those fancy pencils you used to have at school that were triangular and you could hold them much more easily because they're a really nice shape? This is exactly the same on ours. Ours is actually a triangle shaped handle, which is brilliant because it makes it really easy. You've got a straight blade on there, a soft grip as well, so it makes it nice and comfortable to use. And you've got the replacement blade in there too, which is brilliant. A real crafty essential, £3.99 or $5.56. Now, something else that you're going to want to use in conjunction with that is a cutting mat. It is our self-healing cutting mat. And it is the 12x9 that we've got. So you've got inches on one side and you've got centimetres on the other. You've got all of your angles on there. This is like magic, this, because you cut into it and it's got a gouge in it and then it just heals itself back over again. I've never quite seen anything like it. $5.59 if you want to grab that, or $10.36 to get it. You've got a 20% saving on that today. Oh! You know what's up next, don't you? Let's move this out of the way so you get in its full glory. The Apron. So busy on this whenever we bring it to you. Let me just pop this on. You've got a really nice big extendable strap on the top there. So even if you've got, as we say, the double debbies, you'll be able to get those in no problem whatsoever. Really massive long... what am I calling these? Strings around the back. So it means that if you want to double it back, which I love to do, even if you're carrying a few extra pounds like I am at the moment, you can still get it in there. It's a lovely sort of nice white clean finish, which is brilliant. It's really nicely lined as well on the back, and you've got these really lovely big deep pockets in here. You also get, someone's always stolen mine, you'll get a microfiber cloth included in yours as well, so you can pop those in there. So you've got that really lovely big pocket there, and then you've got smaller pockets, 3 smaller pockets along the bottom there. It's all beautifully lined and hemmed. It is just gorgeous. Saving 20% on that, $15.99 or $19.99 if you want to grab that one today. I forgot. Oh, Leanne's got hers on, beautifully modelled there, Leanne. You love this, don't you?
I love my apron, and I think I might have your cloth.
Oh,
Absolutely.
you cheeky little minx.
Honest, I should have really, when I've got this white floral top on this morning, the first thing I should have done is put my apron on. I don't know why I didn't really, because honestly at home, I wear this apron for crafting, but I wear it when I'm baking at home as well. I wear it when I'm cooking, Joe. I wear it all the time because it's got that lovely wipey, whatever it is, wipe resistant proofy thing where it's just fabulous. It doesn't get all stained, and like you said, it's nice and comfy. I like the fact that I can adjust the neck and it brings this bib to the perfect position for me, and like you said, I like to tie my ribbons round the front as well. I love it. I wouldn't be without it, honestly. It's just so fabulous.
Yeah, it really is amazing. Very busy. $15.99 and $19.99 if you want to grab that one. Oh, the scissors. I'm going to let Leanne tell you about this because these scissors, and it is it's these ones just here. So it's the 9-inch ones, Leanne. They are Leanne's. Well, they're her baby. They really are. I launched these scissors in the UK with Leanne. I won't throw them at you from this side, but you found them. Wonderful. She's got them.
These are the best scissors in the world when it comes to crafting because they are my babies. Do you know what it is? 10 years I'd been with Crafter's Companion before we launched a range of scissors, and the reason for that is I couldn't find any good scissors before then that I would be proud enough to put our name onto, and we've got it with these. We've got amazing Japanese quality steel. We've got ridiculously sharp warm knife through butter cutting, absolutely amazing. You've got your ruler on your scissors. You can see your measuring guide there. So when you're making your boxes, or if you're doing anything where you need to snip precisely, there I'm lining up with 1 inch. You can see that there. When I snip now, that is exactly a 1 inch snip. And your edge of your scissors that will cut at the very, can you hear the snipping? That will cut at the very edge like that are practically impossible to find. And then because the blade is so smooth, for your fussy cutting, you can do beautiful round smooth angles. Absolutely gorgeous for that. And the amount of different materials you can cut, like your glitter cards, like your fabrics. You know, if you've been getting your ribbons, and actually my scissors.
Maybe did you give yourself a little bit of a trim with a pair of these recently as well?
I might have had a little chop of my hair yesterday. I might have done a little home haircut yesterday. And I did use my scissors. It didn't look great. I wouldn't recommend that you get your big 9 inches and hack your hair like I was yesterday, but honestly, it was ridiculous. I couldn't wait any longer. It was desperate. And I mean, it's looking not so great today, but you know, not very long before the hairdressers are back. However, I use these for my fabric crafting as well, Joe, and for my crochet and my wool, my yarn. I use them all the time, and I go between fabric, card, paper, plastic and yarn with 1 pair of scissors, and I have not lost any performance. So these are truly exceptional scissors.
Everyone agrees. Sonia says best. These are the best. Ray says those scissors are awesome sauce. All in capitals. Agree. Best scissors ever. Says Kate as well. Right. Disappointing news. I'm sorry, but you do have to be quick with a craft fault. We did have a supersized call out all purpose, which a lot of you were getting very, very excited about. It's sold out and gone already, unfortunately. Right. What's up next? Oh, is it this lovely pink tote that I've got just here? I love this. Do you know why I love this? I don't think I've got anything to hang it over. But the thing that I love about it is it Velcros open, right? It Velcros open, and it means that you can open it all the way out, and then you can actually like attach it. And it's got Velcro, so you could Velcro it to something, or you can Velcro it back together again. I think it's so clever. Loads of really nice big deep pockets in here. So I've got my stamps in there. Lovely wallets all along the front here, which you can pop your pens in. So I've just popped some tri-blends in there, and it's great because these are really nice deep gusseted these, so it means that you can get absolutely loads in there. Great for your little explosion powders, jars of inks and stuff like that. Really nice handle on there, so easy to carry, nice big handle. If I flip it around the other way, you've also got what you can do as well is, let me open this up and show you. We put the wall in, so you can actually, let me pop it in and I'll show you. Pop this down there and Velcro that together so you can make it pop out. So see there, you've got that stabiliser in there, which is brilliant. You've got lovely sort of mesh pockets on the end. There's loads you can do this for. It's a great storage organiser for a whole host of different things that you might want to do. 3/4 of it though has already sold out and gone. I think it's brilliant. I think you're going to use it for so many different things. Let me just pop those back in there. $20.79 or $27.99 depending on where you want to shop, and I love that it's in that hot pink colour as well. One more to share with you as well on the show, and it is the Leann. We couldn't do a show. We're going to do a buddy bag. We had to do the Leann buddy bag. And this is great because this is the one that works as that kitchen towel holder that we talked about. So if you want to put a kitchen roll or kitchen towel in there, absolutely you can. There's loads of different buddy bags available from Tiffany. A lot of them are out of stock. Some of them are over on the website. What I love about this one is it's one of the only ones that has this hard shell on the inside, which is brilliant. So you can get loads in here, your rulers, you've got Xyron in here, we've got some massive ball tools in there as well. So you get absolutely loads in it, which is great. Handle on the end, it's designed as well to go into your lowest tote tool, too. So if you've got a lowest tote, it's designed for you to be able to just drop that in and out of your lowest tote, which is great. $5.59 or $7.59 if you want to grab that one. However, 80% of the stock of that one has also sold out and gone. That was the craft vault. What a fabulous craft vault it was today. Packed full of amazing stuff. Right, we're going to go and have a look again now at the character over the edge. A lot of you talking about character over edge in the comments, saying what you want to see, how excited you are about them. I feel like we've bought this, will be about the third time we bought this to you now, and you guys are just equally as excited about it every single time. Now, there's 3 brand new ones that you won't have seen. I know that the original collection launched on HSN. However, these were not part of that original collection. There are no plans for these to appear on HSN either. So if you want to get these, you'll need to get them from us here at Crafters TV. So you've got the alicorn, which I just showed you there. You've got the beautiful, the Hello Beautiful, and you've got the May Your Day Sparkle as well. They're the 3 brand new ones that we've got right here for you. Then what we've got are the ones that you saw previously as well. But this gives you an idea of what you're able to do with these. So it's a stamp and die concept. You can have them cut in this side of the card, have them poking out the top, have them coming out the other side. It is completely up to you. You've got all of those stamps and dies right there. What we've then got as well is your little doggies in here. I love these gorgeous little fold out card there. You've then got also the bear, which is another one. You've got the little birdies tweaking away in their little watering can, and you've also got the pussycats in there as well. Now, amazing value when you think about it, to get 8 concept stamp and die sets, £63 or $85. These would also work beautifully with your tri-blend markers. We're very, very busy on these. An opportunity for you to get the complete collection, the essentials and the deep blends. That is the full tri-blend collection that you are looking at right there. Very busy. Remember, you can use your Club Inspire discount on these, and also you'll get free shipping and handling if you go for them, and free postage and packaging, of course, as well. Right, I'm going to hand you back to Leann, because I know she's got even more to show us. What are you going to show us next, Leann?
We're definitely going to have a look at how to use these amazing character over the edge cards that we've got. I really love these, Joe, and I've just got a little handful to show you some of the different ways you can use them and how beautiful they are. This is the epitome of versatility when it comes to this collection, because we've got these beautiful little stamped characters which you can stamp and colour, but then you can see that we've got the fabulous outline edges, so you can have the little mouse on the side, you can have her popping out on the top if you want to, or you could have her on the opposite side. So there's 3 cards. You can see this one here, she's on the left, this one here, she's on the top, this one here, she's on the right. And so 3 outline edges, and you can use her really easily. And this one, for example, she's being cut into an aperture, you can see there. So we can even cut an aperture around her if we want to. But then when you see all of the little designs that you've got with the little dogs, the little cats, and the sentiments on here are absolutely gorgeous. I actually love this one. I think that's beautiful with the little birdies on there. The little dogs are gorgeous too. The cats. I actually love the unicorn and the fairy as well. We've got all of the pets here, which is lovely. And then the teddy bear. And there we are, back to our little mousy friend again. And here we've just made a little notebook, which has got a lovely little pretty die cut edge to it, which is lovely. And I would just love that in my handbag. She's gorgeous. So I thought, well, do you know what? Let's just have a look at how you use these dies and how you cut them out and how you line up your stamp. Now, when you get it home, and you take them out of the packet, you get a sheet with your dies on, you get your sheet of stamps to go with, you also get this little booklet, which is so incredibly helpful. Now, on the front of your package, we do show you which die goes on which side of the little mouse here. So you can see the die that looks like that goes on her left-hand side, the die that looks like that goes over the top of her, and the die that looks like that goes down the right-hand side. So we help you with that. But then in the booklet as well, we also give you the instructions on how to use it. So you see here, step 1, crease and fold a piece of 6x8 card to 6x4. Place the appropriate die on the front of the card, be it on the left, the right or the top, wherever you want it to cut. Then use a ruler or a pair of scissors to trim away any excess card if you want to, and then stamp your design. I mean, it really does spell it out for you and make it very, very easy. And we've got that in all of the different languages. And you see that there is for a right-hand edge, we've got there for a left-hand edge, and we've done the instructions for the top edge, and we've done that. That's the 3 in English and then the other languages too. So that comes in your package, and you want to keep that because it really does help you out.
The mouse is in the lead, Leanne. I need to let you know, there was a big stock we launched these with, and we did add stock to it as well because they were so busy. However, still 2/3 of the stock has sold out and gone of these. I think we just presume that we just have them in stock all summer, and I'm not sure that's going to be the case, knowing how busy they've been in this last week. And they also, Leanne, very busy on the tri-blends, which I'm guessing would work perfectly with these.
Yes, and I'm going to be using the tri-blends to colour my little mouse once we've all got it stamped out. So tri-blends are superb for these, for all, not just for the mouse, for all of the designs, because actually you've got your 3 colours in one marker, and for the little dogs, for the cats, for the unicorn, for the little fairy lady, for them all, they'll work an absolute treat. So I've got my half fold card, and I've done it in a tent fold fashion, which I've got there. So my fold is at the top, and I'm going to cut my little mouse on the left hand side. So I need to look at my dies that come with, here they are. I took them out, and then I just need to look for the die that cuts the left hand side of the mouse. So I'm looking at the dies I've got here, looking at my little package, and I can see that it is this die that I need. Okay, so I've got that all ready. So that's the die I need to cut out my little mouse on the left hand edge. And when you're lining it up, I suggest, this is my recommendation to you, that you use that cutting down into your plate. Don't try to line it up where it's cutting up, because by cutting down, I'm just going to bring this in and show you. Here's one that's already stamped. You can see how that die lines up there with that little stamp on the edge, doesn't it? So just be careful, because it might have been easy for you to get that upside down. So it's a good idea to cut it down and then just check with your stamp, not even one that you've got cut out, but get your little stamp off the sheet if it's clean, and just think to yourself, oh, is that the right place? And you can see that it is. And then actually what that allows you to do is get the die in the correct angle so that she looks straight on the card, so that she's not looking a little bit, do you know what I mean? A little bit skew whiff. So now I know that is the correct place to have it, because I've just used the die to help me, the stamp, I beg your pardon, to get that die in the right place. Okay, so that's my top tip for when you're doing these, because you could get them a little bit wonky if you weren't careful with that. And so get it right to the edge of the card, and then just tape that in place so that it doesn't move. Okay.
Do the illustrators also work with these as well? Would you be able to use your illustrators for this, Leanne?
Any markers.
Cool.
Illustrators, Classic, Aqua Marker, Sparkle Marker, all of the above, and your Aqua Blend pencils, all of our colour, Aqua Tint, all of our colouring mediums will work perfectly with all of the designs there. Just depends on the finished result that you want. I think you want watercolour.
I know they're pretty easy to colour. I mean, there's a lot of open space, isn't there?
Incredibly simple to colour. We kept the characters quite, I hesitate to use this word, but it's true, quite naive in their design, quite simple, because we wanted the impact to be all about the fact that it was on the edge of the cutout. And not only that it was on the edge, but that you've got all of that lovely space, that open space to be able to practice your colouring skills if that's what you want to do. So yes, they're absolutely fabulous for that, Joe.
So once you've cut through, value, don't you think, Leanne, to get 8 sets for £63?
Oh, Amazing value for money, absolutely. I mean, what does that break down to per set, Joe?
It's about $10.50 in the US. In the UK, it's about £8.
What for a set? So, and this is a big set of dies. You've got so let's just say £8, and you've got 3 significant size dies there. You'd pay more than £8 for a set of dies with that amount of metal in, and you've got that really big stamp in there. I mean, it's incredible value for money, really.
Brilliant value.
It is
really,
very
really
good
is.
value. So I've cut that out now, and I've cut through 2 pieces of card. Okay, so I've gone through 2. I'm just going to show you there. I've gone through 2 widths of card, and it's gone through. I can put my finger through. Gone through no problem at all. The quality of the dies is fantastic. You then get your craft knife and ruler, and from the last little cut here at the top, you just go with a straight line. So I've got a straight line here with my craft knife. I'm going to turn it around so I can do it like this, otherwise it'll all go Pete tongue. Keep that nice and still. Take your knife and your ruler, go through. And then if you need to go through the other...
if you want that knife, of course, and if you want the cutting mat as well, we've got both of those. We're on the Craft Vault, don't forget, so you'll be able to go back and get both of those as well. So I guess does this mean you can extend it onto sort of any sort of length of card, Leanne?
And that's exactly why we did it. So it doesn't just have to be the 6x4. This could be on an 8x8 card, could be on a 5x7, could be on a 6x6, can be on a 6x4, can be on a 7x7, whatever size you want to use. By not finishing off that cut line and letting you do that with your craft knife, again, increases your versatility. And you'll notice that we say that a lot here on Crafter's Companion. It's really, really important to us that when we design a range of product, we give you something that's incredibly easy to use, but actually has maximum versatility, so that when you get it home, you're not stuck with one way of using it. You can change that up into whatever way you feel most comfortable with, and in all of the different concepts. So you're not stuck doing one thing all of the time. And exactly why we give you those 3 dies in that way. So once you've done that, you've now got your shape of card ready, and what we need to do is just stamp our little character in. So to do that, I've put her down. Oh, here she is. She's stuck to the back of my instruction book. There she is. So I've got and I noticed you had this on your craft fold, Joe.
It's been out of stock forever, isn't it?
It really has. I'm so happy it's back because, you know, it's fantastic. Oh, that one, somebody's done some heat embossing on that one. I'm just going to grab another one.
Mine had what on it?
Had a little bit of a banana on it. It just needs something heavy putting on it.
Someone's been doing some heat embossing on it?
Somebody's done some heat embossing. Heat gun. Probably me.
Probably Sarah, to be fair.
Well, I didn't like to say, but you know.
I knew you were thinking it.
Didn't like to say. She is the boss after all. She's allowed, isn't she? And then I've got my little stamping mat here. So now what I do is, with my clean stamp, and this one doesn't look clean, so I'm just going to give it a little rub because you don't want to get any shadowing. So I'm just going to get any residue of ink that was on there off there. There
and
we
why
go.
is it important to do that? Because you get then a bit of ink on the back side?
Yes, I would get a shadow, because now what I'm going to do is line up my stamp on here. So what I'm going to do is look at where it would fit comfortably. So I'm putting my stamp down before I stamp it, and I've got that in the lovely position. When I'm moving it around, if I hadn't cleaned any ink off there, I'd have black smudges and it wouldn't look beautiful in its finished form. And then what I do is I pick it up on my stamping platform, and what I'm doing is I'm lining up, I'm looking at the lines on my platform, and I'm lining them up straight on the white grid there and on the grid here, so that when I pick this up now and then ink it, I'm going to be able to get my little mouse back in the exact perfect position.
Are they acrylic or photopolymer? Smell them, give them a sniff.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, forgot about that. I think they're acrylic.
Okay. I love that we've got that now.
Yeah. Oh, that you can give them a sniff. How ridiculous. So what I'm doing is, and again, you'll have seen me do this before with acrylic stamps or with stamps that have been newly manufactured, I'll ink it up with a watermark before I ink it up with the ink pad that I want to use finally, because it just gives a little bit of an extra coating on there, just from the manufacturing residue, because these are really quite brand new, and just lets you get that more precise inking at the first few times that you use it. So once I've inked it up, I then line this back up again, and just use the lines I was using before when I used them. Get that in the perfect place. There we go. So I've got that exactly where I had it before. You can see that that's lining up lovely. And then I just give that a push down. And the mat below gives you that perfect amount of squidgy resistance that you need to get a beautifully, perfectly stamped little mousey. Now look at that. And helped hugely by the fact that I put that first little layer of the watermark on there, Joe. That's a top tip from me. Okay, so now this is ready to be coloured in. So I'm just going to grab a couple of my tri-blends. And what I like to do is always, when you're colouring with your alcohol markers, remember I always say don't colour directly onto your mat, always colour onto a scrap piece of cardstock. Because if you colour directly onto your glass mat, your craft mat or anything else mat, the ink will go through the card to the bottom and back up, and that's how you get bleeding. So you need something absorbent underneath when you're colouring with your markers. So I'm going to use my brown, oh that's a bit dark. No, I don't want to use that one. I picked that one out thinking it would be lovely, and no, here it is. This is the one I wanted. So you see there's two sets of marker, and I'll just talk to you about that while we're on. These are both brown grey, and I picked the wrong one up initially because I pricked up BG 5, 6 and 7, and that's in the darker collection. What I really wanted was BG 2, 3 and 4. That's in the lighter collection, which allows you to see how you've got those three lovely colours. And actually, look, I can show you that here. It's fantastic. Here's the brown grey. This is the light colour that I wanted, and these are the three colours that I've got in there. Here it is darker. That mouse would have been too dark if I'd coloured it with that pen there. So I was looking for the brown grey from the essential blends rather than the deep blends. However, the deep blends will be great to add some extra dimension, and I'll show you that too. So just bear with me when I take you through this. So I'm starting with my first lightest one, BG 2, 3 and 4, and I've also got my blender pen from my Illustrator collection. Now the reason I like to use my blender pen when I'm doing the little mouse is I like to just get some moist in my cardstock, and I'll get a softer, whiter blend into in the middle of her face by doing that. I'm then starting with my light, my brown grey, and I'm just doing little circular motions with my tri-blend around the perimeter of her face. Because remember, on all of our alcohol colourings that we've done in the past, I always say faces you treat like a cylinder, like a sphere, I beg your pardon, like a sphere, which means that they're dark around the perimeter, light in the middle, and that makes the face pop forward. So that's the lightest colour, so I'm just going round there. And then what we're going to do is just with our tri-blend now go to the dark colour on the other side, and then just do some little circular motions here.
Jeanette over on YouTube has gone for the mice and the dogs, and she wants to know where she can find all the previous demonstrations. Well, actually, pop yourself back. These were on the show they were on yesterday in the afternoon. It was a Second Chance Sunday, and they did launch last week. Now, there were so many launches. There were so many launches last week. Was it Tuesday we launched them last week, Leanne?
Honestly, Joe, I can't remember.
No, Monday was the interchangeables.
That's right.
So Tuesday was these.
Tuesday,
so launch
yes.
party last week, you need to pop yourself back to. Rose says as well over on Facebook, will you do these type of stamps for Christmas?
Well, Rose.
Do you want to tell her or shall I?
You go on, Joe. You tell. I'll let you have the pleasure.
I believe it's tomorrow. Is it tomorrow night's launch party, or is it Wednesday show? The new ones are on. I think it's tomorrow night's launch party. So Christmas Over the Edge launches, big fanfare launch tomorrow here on Crafters TV, which is amazing. I can't tell you that you can go and shop the deals for tomorrow night's show already, so definitely don't do that. These, by the way, were on last Wednesday, so it was Creative Cravings, Jeanette. If you want to go back and watch Creative Cravings, you'll see them there. But yes, make sure you are shopping ahead as well. So don't forget, tonight we've got like a trio of your all-time favourites really tonight, haven't we, Leanne? We've got Vintage Lace, which I know you're really looking forward to demonstrating. We've also got the fancy fonts, which you guys haven't seen for ages, and you've got those photopolymer word stamps, which I know you absolutely love. So it's going to be quite the show tonight, which is going to be great. I'm looking forward to it, Leanne.
My cup runneth over. I'm so excited. because actually they are some of my hero products, Joe. They're some of the things that I go back to time and time again. Now, can you see what I've done here? I've used the 3 colours of the tri-blend to build dimension, and then just where I want to keep a little bit of white in my design, I've just used my blender pen to soften it. And you can see that little mouse already just popping out, can't you? And I'm going to use the Coral blend, which is CR1, CR3 and CR6 from my tri-blend. That's from the blend collection. If you're wondering about your blender pen, Joe, we have a blender pen in Illustrator, which is my favourite. That's the one I use. It's got a brush nib and I love it. It's very soft. We also have a blender pen in Classique. And so you can go and buy individual blender pens on our website if you would like to.
Wonderful. What I like about this colouring technique here is you're not adding a lot of colour. I know that sounds a bit silly, but I mean you could colour them in browns and bright, you know, very, very fleshy tones as well if you wanted to. But I actually quite like it with the grey. I think it gives it a completely different look and feel. It's almost like it's been sort of... It's almost like a really, really impressive pen drawing almost. I don't know, that's kind of what it looks like, which I think is great. Sarah says, OMG, Christmas over the edge. Are you serious? Oh, happy days. I might be serious. Mariah, ready for this one? Joe is like Gypsy Rose Lee. It's the biggest compliment everyone has ever given me on Crafters TV. He's like Gypsy Rose Lee. He gives a little shoulder, then he takes it right back. Then he gives a little leg, and he takes it right back. Hashtag tease. Gypsy is one of my all-time favourite musicals. I love it. So that's really tickled me. Thank you for that. Loads of you. Still shopping along, which is fantastic. Hill says, I promised myself I won't buy any more crafty stuff this week. It's only Monday and my basket is bulging. I give up. Do you know what? I've decided, right, that during a global pandemic is not the time to change your habits. You know, people talking, Leanne, about learning a new language or running a marathon or losing shed loads of weight. It's not about that, you know. It's just about doing the things you always did, getting through, treating yourself. You're not going out and spending any money on, you know, creams and clothes and going down the pub anyway. So I think that means it's okay just to indulge a little more, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. You're not even spending any money on haircuts. You're getting your Crafters companion scissors out and hacking away at it on a Sunday. That's what we're doing. That's where life has gone now. I just think it's nice to treat yourself. I mean, I'm saying that because that's what I've been doing constantly. I just love the fact that we can get some lovely new stuff. They're in a lovely, you know, in a different way of using them, and we can just sit down and just forget about what's going on in the outside world, lose ourselves, have a really lovely time, and make little gifts and cards to send to our loved ones and pop them in the post, you know. And I think that's wonderful, isn't it? Because they can really, you know, experience that. And it's lovely to be able to send little messages to people. Absolutely, I totally agree. Robin says in Maryland, oh, I treat myself a lot, Joe, a lot in capitals. I know you do, Robin, and it's fine. Sam says, OMG, I have to order them now. Cindy Sue. I always rely on Cindy Sue for a good soundbite, you know, at any point. She says, shut the front door, wiggle the blinds, take the phone off the hook and grab an elf hat. Over the edge Christmas launch. If I wasn't so sick today, I'd be up dancing. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Cindy Sue. Kian's already ordered them. She is on fire. And she's got some Infinity box ties coming her way as well. Ooh, another little cheeky tease there as well. Teresa says, I have the envelope boxer board, and there are lots of instructions on the envelope for thicker cards, but I can't find instructions on how to make an envelope with a gusset like the ones you put in the subscription boxes. I love them. Does that make sense, Leanne? Because you just need to make it on the, the smallest depth. You know what you need? You just need, you know, the envelope boxer? Yeah. You just make that, but you just make a 1/4 inch. Just 1/4 inch, that's all it is. Yeah, there you go. If you need to re-download the instructions for any of our products, including the envelope box or the score mask or any of those different things, they're all on the web. There's a huge download section. Go find them over there and you can download it, whether it's metric or imperial. It's completely up to you. They're always, there's loads of stuff there for you to
download, which is fantastic. Details on your screen are for those tri-blend markers. Remember, $129.58 in the UK, $194 even 12 in the US. Don't spend pounds in the US, doesn't work. You can't spend dollars in the UK either. What I would say is you can use your Club Inspired discount on these as well. So UK Platinum members would save almost £26 on these. US Club Inspired members would save almost $40 on these as well. So really, really great savings to be had. Everyone will get free postage and packaging. Everyone will get free shipping and handling on these as well. Very, very busy on these, Leanne. A lot of people, I think, would you say a lot of people start their journey with these tri-blends?
I would say it's the excellent place to start. And if you haven't yet started on a foray into alcohol colouring, absolutely this is the place to start, because you can see I'm using one marker, 3 nibs, 3 different colours of those nibs. I've got the light to the dark shade. Look how lovely and bright that little character is there. Really, really lovely. And you can see with the tri-blends how easy it is just to bring that little character to life. And I'm using both sets of my tri-blends. I'm using the deep blend and the essential blend to get that lovely depth and light and shade in my image as I go along. And the other reason I like these particular tri-blends is the lovely fine nib, Joe, as well. So when you've got a really fine little piece of detail, like the little stalk on this daisy that this little mouse is holding, you see how easy it is to colour that in and not run over the edge. It's really, really lovely. And if you want to put a little bit of colour on your daisy, the way to get colour in a daisy is light blue. So light blue at the edge, so it's got a little bit of a blue tinge to it, just there. And then your blender again will just bring that out and you give a little bit of colour to your daisy. And it smooths it out, and you don't need to put too much else on it. It'll just shine beautifully. Are daisies always
the same colour, or can they be different colours?
Daisies changed. I mean, I think they're always. Well, I don't know.
You have to ask Mr. Chivers.
We'll have to ask Mr. Chivers. He's the man who knows all about the plants and the flowers, isn't he? I'll send him a message after this show, and tonight, when you all come back to see us tonight, I'll report back to you about whether daisies are already
because I know you'll not be able to get on with your day until you find out.
I know,
let's face
exactly. Now, I just want to show you this little finished one here. So you see, I've done the little mouse in 2 different colours. She's a little white mouse here with a bit of blue, but actually I like it in the grey. I love the little grey mouse with the coral ears. I think she's gorgeous. And then the accessory stamps that you get in the collection on the stamp plicks. Don't forget you've got all those sentiments and all those extra flowers and everything else. I've just stamped a few of those and coloured them in with my tri-blend, popped a little gem in the centre, and then you can just do a little arrangement in the corner. And actually what I like to do is also just arrange them around her, because she looks like she's really sitting in a little daisy garden. And then your sentiments are exquisite in this collection. Have a nice day. How easy is that?
Would look really nice in some home decor, wouldn't they? In some little box frames or something like that, with a lovely little sentiment that you either stamped out or you have created yourself. Now, 3 brand new designs within this big collection for you as well. They are all available individually if you want to go for them like that. I think this one's my favourite. It is the alicorn. And alicorn apparently is a flying unicorn. Never knew that until we launched these last week. We've then got as well the Hello Beautiful, which is this one just here. And you've got as well that lovely fairy one in there too. So they are the 3 brand new ones. They were not launched on HSN. There's no plans for them to be coming to HSN, I have been informed at the moment, and they are not on any auto ship. So if you do want them, you have to get them here. Now, you can either get them individually or you can get them as part of the big collection. In the big collection, you also get that cute little mouse that you've just seen Leanne working with. You also get the doggies as well, and they are super, super cute. We've also got the cute little bear there as well with the balloons. They always look beautiful, wouldn't they, with some pigment inks and then enamelled. Can you imagine those balloons all gloriously shiny? We've then got these 2, which is the birds in bloom in here, which is wonderful. And you've got these fabulous little feline friends within there as well, which is just fantastic. £63 or $85 gets you absolutely all of them individually. They're $7.99 or $14.95. You can get 2 for £20 or $30 if you want to get them in that way. 2/3 of a massive launch stock has sold out and gone there. Now, the tri-blend's very, very busy, as they continue to be Over half the stock has gone, and we worked really hard to get this stock for you. We actually had to bring this stock back from the US to be able to bring it to you here at Crafters TV, and we're a long way off. When these do sell out, I know there's going to be quite a gap before we can get these back in stock. $129.58 in the UK, $194.12 in the US. Everyone will get free P&P, everyone will get free shipping and handling. We've got the water reactives in stock for you at the moment. Just recap which ones you get. You get the Bordeaux, the Anthracite, the Spar Blue, the Twilight Grey, the Misty Morning, the Smoke Plume, the Smoke Emerald, the Green Topaz, Frosty Jade, Pine Tree, Seal Brown, Friar Brown, Sandstorm, Jet Black, Smoke Pearl, Pumice, and Lagoon are your colours within there. Now, you've got your daubers too. A third almost of the stock of these ones now gone. $19.50 or $26 there, as you can see. And these are fantastic, especially with pigment inks, but they're going to work beautifully with all of your different inks as well. They have been out of stock for a really, really long time. We've also got, don't forget as well, a fantastic deal on the adhesives. So a great chance for you to get the 3 hero adhesives that are in the range. Those being, of course, the 3D glue gel, which is going to come with the tools. You've also got the tacky glue in here, and you've also got the Collao all-purpose. So the all-purpose, the tacky, and the glue gel, almost 60% of the stock there has sold out and gone. $10.50 or $18 if you want to grab that. Right, now we talk a lot about a lot of different things. And I understand, you know, if there's any jargon, you can always just message us, either email us or let us know on Facebook. We'll always explain things for you. But we have loads of new viewers joining us all the time. So a lot of you might not be wholly familiar with Club Inspire. If you're not, then here are all the details.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind-the-scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there, of course, of Club Inspire, which is fantastic and just a great way for you to save even more money. Right, I'm going to just run you through your brand new launch. Remember, the first time you've seen these today on Crafters TV, and they are exceptionally busy. Over half the stock of these, of our launch stock, has already sold out and gone. £27 or $35 gets you all 4, which is amazing when there's at least 3 ways of using every single one of these. So this one is your dry stone wall. Then you've got your climbing rose, which is fantastic. Great as well to paper piece these back. I love what's been done here. Little bit of a water reactive background, paper piece back, as well, as you can see there, to give you that really lovely look and effect. Individually, 70% is gone. It's by far and away your favourite, that one. We've also got the abstract floral, and you've then got the aged Argyle. You can only get the aged Argyle in the main collection. It's very, very busy in the UK and Europe, that one. Loads of you talking about these online, loads of chatter about them. Catherine Leanne's asking, how did Leanne say the Stonewall was done on the home decor frame? I watched it back, but I didn't understand exactly what she meant.
So the Stonewall frame, we've cut out the design as a stencil. We've cut out the design as a stencil, and then we've stenciled through it with like a thick gesso or like a texture paste, so that it's got that dimension. Peel the stencil away, let it dry, and then we've inked over with Harmony Water Reactive to get it to look like a stone wall. So it really is about creating your own stencils as well. Looks amazing. And I found a piece of construction acetate down here while you were having a chat, and that would absolutely cut with these dies if you want to create your own stencils. It'll look amazing. And actually, don't just think about your construction acetate, because you know when we, like example here, look, this is your carry sheet that your die comes on. Take your sticky tape off, get your sticky tape off it, cut your die with your metal plate through your carry sheet that you've got, and in each of your little die packets that you've got at home, each of your wallets that you come, you've then got your die, your outside die, and your stencil. Use that piece of carrier sheet to cut into with your metal plate, make that into your stencil.
Oh, that's a really great way of using it. Sandra's loving lockdown, because she says, I'm kind of lucky as it's my birthday on Thursday and my family who live around the country have all done bank transfers to fund my orders. That sounds pretty good to me. You're going to get your Christmas crafting is going to be nailed this year with a birthday where it is right now. Just recap on the daubers that are very, very busy for you. A couple of questions about how you use these. These are 100% for use with your ink pads. So you wouldn't use these with your markers, would you, Leanne?
No, it's just ink pads. It's about detailed application of Harmony Water Reactive in small areas, or it's about getting a lovely dense coverage with your pigment ink pads that you can then heat emboss. Actually, you can use them to do lovely blended backgrounds with your pigment ink pads as well. If you're using your pigment ink pads, it is definitely best to use your daubers. Pigment ink pads don't work as well as with the ink application tool you can see me using now. It smears too much. They definitely work better with those daubers. However, the daubers will work with the ink pads that I'm using now, your Harmony Water Reactive, to get a smaller, more detailed application.
If you want the bigger blending tools, they are on the show as well. You can get the blending tool, the refill, and you can get the craft mat as well, the roll-up craft mat, which are fantastic. £15 if you want to get that. And you also, it's $20. So you get, the square blender, which is the one you're using there, Leanne, isn't it? 12 of the replacements, and you get the craft mat too. So that's a fantastic little bundle for you. You should definitely really have both of those. And if you're keen on your inking, I guess you'd have the daubers and the blending tools, would you, Leanne?
And actually, the craft, yes, absolutely, 100%. And I've just grabbed my craft mat here for you to show you actually as well, when you're doing these techniques, you can get a little better spread of the ink when you bring it off there if you want, or when you're doing your techniques. So, and it's nice to protect your surface. If you don't have a glass mat, then your brown craft mat is brilliant on your desktop or wherever it is that you're actually doing your crafting, just to keep it nicely protected. I'm just using 3 colours of my Harmony Water Reactive here, Joe. I'm using my like emerald turquoisey colours. I really do like these. So I'm using Spar Blue, Green Topaz, and I will be using some Smoked Emerald in a second. Love them because I'm just wanting to go with a nice kind of earthy green. I'm trying to push myself out of my comfort zone of lemon tonic, fuchsia and parakeet, which I absolutely love.
They're just your free go-to ones,
yeah,
aren't they?
I love them. But I think it's nice for you to be able to see some different colours every now and again and see how they work, because not everybody loves those same colours as I do. So we're using 3 lovely, rich emerald green ones today.
Wonderful. If you want to get those £67 or $94, 20% saving there, as you can see. So you've got a set of 17 there of your water reactives. You've got Bordeaux, Anthracite, Spar Blue, Twilight Grey. You're also going to get Misty Morning. There is Smoked Plume, Smoked Emerald, Green Topaz, Frosty Jade, Pine Tree, Seal Brown, Fire Brown, Sandstorm, Jet Black, Smoke Pearl, Pumice and Lagoon in there as well. So they are really, really fantastic range of colours there. Very busy on those, very, very busy as well on our tri-blends too, so make sure you grab those if you're looking for them. Over half of our original stock has sold out and gone. On those tri-blends as well, Leanne, I'm right in thinking it's going to be a while before, when this batch goes, it's going to be a while before we get those back in stock, I've been told.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, it is going to be a little while, so yeah, get them while you can. Now, I've just done that watercolour little panel there using 3 of those ink pads, and actually the colours that I've used here, you mentioned, Joe, so you can do this exact thing. And then I'm going to cut in the corner this lovely Argyle pattern. Now, I love a little bit of Argyle, and this particular Argyle die is just gorgeous. I think it's brilliant as a distressed panel. It's one of my favourite things to do. And actually, from this set, when I was practicing with them before we brought them to you, this is the one that I found myself using the most, because it goes with so many different things. It can be feminine in pink colours with a little bit of glitter. It can be extremely masculine. It can be really grungy. It works brilliant with your floral dies and your foam dies. Crawling up it is a little arrangement because it looks like a garden trellis. It just has that lovely harlequin feel to it. It really is just the most exquisite and usable die. And look, you can see there, and I'm just going to pop this onto a piece of white cardstock. How
gorgeous,
glorious that looks with that lovely blended background, and then cutting the detail out. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? So I've done that, and then I'm going to get my Harry Potter on again, Joe.
Are you?
Yeah, I am, because I know that so many of you have bought already these clear sparkles in a jar.
The clear one? Oh, well, you got when we did our festive event, one of the first gifts we had was the clear overlay in the pen. So a lot of people have the ink from there. Can you use that ink in the same way if you wanted to?
You can. You would use it. You would just brush it on rather than doing what I'm doing here, which is creating myself a little glittery spritzer. You would just, with your pen, paint it on. So you could do that. Or, of course, you can get yourself to the website and get yourself a jar of the sparkly spray, because it's fantastic. So what I've done is, in a spritzer that was 3/4 full of water, I have, you can see how much is in there. So it was about 3/4 full of water. I've put 2 tiny amounts of glitter from my glitter pot, just up to that little bit there. So it didn't fill the pipette at all, tiny bit. And then I'm going to spritz this now. And when I spritz that all over my watercolour card and then dry it, now I've got that beautiful watercolour background, and with that harlequin cut in, and then when I show you this, with the most intense, beautiful sparkle on there too, which just gives it a little bit of something else, Joe. And that's what I love about these textured background dies. Everything that you've been getting from us in all of the Colour Me Happy shows, all of the different techniques that you've seen me showing you over the course of Colour Me Happy, with our harmony inks, with our pigment inks, with our cut dry, with your sparkle, your aqua tint, all of those, with your metallics as well. The metallics painted over this harlequin, oh my word, it's going to look amazing. All of those inks and techniques that you've seen over the course of the last few weeks will work and be enhanced by these amazing textured cornered dies, and it just gives you a little bit of something else to add a little bit of extra dimension. Now, if I just, oh, look at that, you can see it. Look at the glitter in the background there. Absolutely exquisite. That entire sparkle just looks amazing. And so then all I've got is a little half-fold white card, and I've got my tape pen. I don't want to use my dotty. I don't like to waste my dotty tape pen unless I absolutely want to stick something down that has detail. So I'm just doing a little black mat on here, which looks gorgeous. I love a black mat. I think it makes your designs pop. And then I'm going to use my dotty tape pen on the back of here, where my detail is. And then just my regular tape pen where there is no detail.
I hope we get those tape pens back in stock very soon. If you're waiting for them, get yourself over to the website, put your email in underneath the product where it says sold out, and you'll get a notification as soon as they are back, which won't be too long, I don't hope.
And you see, that stands out really lovely. Now, all I need to do with that is just do a little sentiment, maybe a floral if I want to. I could do a little bit more over stamping on there with some detail. But actually what I would probably do is, and I haven't got the stencil, so I'm going to use my die, but I'll clean my die later. And I just want to get my daubers. Have I got time? Am I
You grab
overrunning,
your
Joe?
daubers, don't you worry. What, you're daubing now?
I love me daubers. Wait till you see this. So if you'd cut out, because I know I haven't got time to cut my stencil, have I? No. Right, so if you'd cut out your stencil from your back sheet, this is what you're going to do. I'm going to use the die, because I haven't cut my stencil. I'm coming back to my 3 colours of ink pad that I used to blend the background. And I'm using one of my daubers here. Imagine this is a stencil and not a die. Put your colour through with your dauber. Right, now this is the darkest one. Okay, this is the darkest. And then I'm going to take another dauber with the middle colour. It's my green topaz. So this is the medium one.
A third of those daubers gone, Leanne.
They?
Very, very busy on those. We've only just got them back in stock. So definitely stock up on them whilst we've got them. They are just a great deal. And they're just so handy is the thing.
Fantastic, really fantastic. This is the lightest one, so I'm just going through there. So I've just used the 3 colours that I had to do the background. Imagine that's your stencil and not your die. And now when I pick that up,
oh, I love it.
Do you see what it does?
Absolutely
it just gives you the opposite of the cutout,
Like a positive and a negative.
And what? It's what?
Like a positive and a negative.
Yes, a positive and a negative. I thought you said something else, like a posh word. I was going to say, what is it? Tell us, what is that posh word? And then obviously the sparkle still comes through there as well. Nice big one of the sentiments that we're going to have on the show tonight. Nice big one of them over there. We'll keep this and we'll put the sentiment on it later. Will look exquisite. I think, you know, these dies, Joe, will just keep on giving because they'll work with all of the different things that you've got at home. You're going to get amazing results.
Yeah, you really, really are. They are fantastic. If you want to go for the dies, just a great price to get something that's going to do quite a lot. 60% of our launch stock gone. A lot of these in baskets at the moment as well. You get all 4 of them, £27 or $35. Tremendously busy there. Need to let you know as well that that lovely pink tote from Tiffany, it is down to the last 20%, 80% gone on here. It is gorgeous. You can get loads in there. I love that it just opens out. And the great thing about it opening out is if you want to put it against your wall when you're at home in your craft, so you can use it as a storage caddy at home on the side, and then when you want to take it out and about, just pop it up and then off you go. Right, it's been an absolute pleasure, may I say, Leanne, to spend the morning with you. Should we do it again this afternoon?
Oh, I would love to do it again just this afternoon, Joe. I couldn't think of anything I would like more.
Ooh, well, you are in luck. We have got some of your all-time favourite products coming up a little later in Monday Makers. So make sure you join us for that. There's so much coming up. Let me know as well. Pop over to Crafts TV Facebook page. There's a Joe Wants to Know guy over there. We want to hear about your biggest craft disasters. We'll be taking you through those a little bit later as well. But until then, I hope you go and get some breakfast if you're in the US. Grab a bit of lunch if you're in the UK and Europe. And join us back here in a few hours for Monday Makers. Take care. See you soon.